It's so abundantly clear that Naruto and Sasuke would have made much better romantic partners than anyone, other than maybe Shikamaru and Temari, the best couple of course. I believed much more in Naruto and Sasuke, in their emotional tension.
You're stupid!
This vid sucks ass.
In this series, if you can't offer love or healing to the men, what is your value? Because you'll never be as strong as them, so forget about that.
Really, dude? Is this how you start your video? This is just bad.
Naruto's biggest weakness is not respect for elders or time-honored values, but rather it is its astonishingly anachronistic gender role.
Shut up, silly woman.
This is literally the definition of pseudo-intellectualism. Like, who is this woman? And why do I care about what she says?
Professor Fujimoto's findings, she states that Naruto's female readership compared to male readership was much lower than opposing manga.
Sorry, what does this prove? This graph you brought up doesn't prove anything. All he proves is that One Piece is more popular than Naruto. And throughout the video, he keeps making these points that upon first glance, it looks true, but when you take a closer look at it, it either doesn't prove anything or it's just not true.
A shorter look at these aforementioned gender roles and then focusing on Sakura and Hinata, while also glossing over all.
From how I understand it, I don't think Sakura was meant to be a main character. I mean, Hinata is obviously not a main character, but Sakura was never meant to be a main character. The show was meant to be about Naruto and Sasuke.
The professor iterates that antiquated gender roles are actively cultivated, fighting men and healing women.
Hold up, dude. The women still fought. I don't know what Naruto we watched, but it's definitely not the one I watched. Because if I remember correctly, Sakura still fought, Ino still fought, and those are people who you complained that they were healers, you know. And then you have Tsunade who still fought. What is wrong with this? I really don't see what's wrong with this, but you know, go off, I guess. You know, women healing and being able to fight, I guess that's sexist.
Even the ones who have shown skill in other areas are relegated to healers. For example, Sakura, whose true skill lied in Genjutsu.
No, Kakashi is the one who said that, and he said you had the talent for Genjutsu. Her true skill lied in chakra control.
The lied in Genjutsu became a healer. Out of the 11 Konoha Genin to become healers, all of them were women.
Wow, dude, that is Sakura and Ino. Wow, congratulations, you proved nothing.
Aside from them, the prominent women of this series, Tsunade followed far behind by Karin and Chiyo, are all healers.
Ah yes, the prominent women of the Naruto series, Chiyo and Karin.
Sakura and Ino fight for the unreciprocated love of some kid.
You are straight up wrong. Completely missed the point of the fight. They did not fight over Sasuke. It is made very clear that the fight was about Sakura's need to grow as a ninja and improve, and to show that she didn't need protection by her two teammates. That's why she wanted to fight Ino, so she could improve. That's why she considered Ino as a rival. Sasuke is only mentioned to exasperate Ino so she could take the fight seriously.
Searching many internet boards, that the female characters are often the most disliked characters.
Who are these niggas?
Who are the characters? Sakura and then who? Who's the disliked female character? What?
Constantly needed saving. They were never strong enough. They never got to die a shinobi's death on the battlefield.
What does it matter, really?
Bro, I swear to God, if like women started dying or something, this guy would complain that women die too much in Naruto or something. Why is this a problem? Like, is this really your problem, dude? Is this what you could find? And furthermore, you know, Kushina, sacrificed herself to save Naruto, and you also have Rin sacrificing herself to save the whole of the village.
When asking a few of my friends what they thought of the female characters of this series,
imagine being at the bar and your friend says this, "Hey, what do you think of the female characters in Naruto?"
is a failure that nearly every prominent woman in this series has the same goal. It tells nothing about independence or...
There's literally no way you got this wrong. How did you miss the whole point of Naruto? Naruto is not about independence. In fact, Naruto strongly emphasizes friendship.
The young Hyuga is shy and weak, but is supposed to be this ever compassionate and kind girl. But when Naruto gets berated by the whole village in his youth, she never once defends him.
You answered your own question. She was shy. Moving on.
Showing that true compassion. Taking a chance in being Naruto's friend and saving him for a change. Instead, she becomes a character who exists to please Naruto and to further his motivation, finally being brave, and she decided to do it when he was fighting pain. But it's motivation that Naruto already has plenty of.
So you complain that Hinata doesn't defend him, and then when she defends him, you complain that, oh, she didn't need to do that. You know, actually what Hinata needed to do is that Hinata needed to show up Naruto, you know, save him and say, I didn't do this for you. That truly is what makes a female character great. Selfish motivations. Thank you, man, really. Sage Rain, what a great guy.
Jiraiya, his sensei, but Hinata is what takes him over the edge. Suddenly, she exists now to sacrifice herself for Naruto's life.
Bruh.
Hinata as a shinobi never felt comfortable to be on the front lines. For one of the first times we have a shinobi who actually belongs with a medical nin. I think she could have become a powerful healer.
Bruh.
It could have been for Hinata's development if she had saved him, taking us back to their battle in the Chunin exams, further exploring the themes of family and destiny. Hinata is a character who just doesn't do much.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. Hinata is not a main character, bro. Yeah, she did not appear for much of the series because she's not a main character. To be honest, Team 8 didn't do anything. Like, let's be legit serious right now. I don't know why you're complaining that a side character has less screen time than the main characters.
Still have dreams, etc. Hinata has shown instances of being resilient and being brave, but it's disappointing to me that she's never been strong because she desired it for herself.
Do my eyes deceive me?
Ah, I understand. Fighting for someone or something you care about is actually a bad thing. See, Naruto getting stronger to get revenge for his master, and Sasuke getting stronger to restore his clan, those are bad reasons. They should have fought for themselves instead.
And for her own reasons. Hinata never discovered that strength on her own. What would she be if it weren't for Naruto?
What would Naruto be if it weren't for Iruka-sensei?
For Naruto. She wants to be cool for Naruto. She wants to protect Naruto. She loves Naruto. She's courageous because of Naruto. It's boring.
Dude, I think you're the only one who hates Hinata, lol. These are actually good reasons. I don't even understand. Again, what is wrong with fighting for someone else? What is wrong with being a better person for someone else?
Love is never a bad motivation, but looking at it in this context, when you already have countless pieces of media telling them that their dreams should be geared towards pleasing or being protected by men.
Yeah, sure, dude. I'm pretty sure Hinata's dream was to be protected by men. I think we're dealing with
A very low IQ person.
Even Tsunade, who has become one of my favorite characters, while much less than others, her dreams were still never her own. It was protecting the dreams of others, of Don, Nawaki, Naruto, and Jiraiya.
in addition to this being not even accurate, What is wrong with this? What is wrong with liking your brother?
The other two women of the Konoha 11 weren't as present in this series, but Ino falls in line during part 1 to this idea, though she does improve after the death of Asuma, coming into her own. But out of the 11, Tenten was the most distant of this idea, and she might have the least amount of screen time out of them all. Outside of the Konoha 11, Temari, who was equally powerful and showed her potential throughout the series, went sorely underused.
What are you talking about? She was equally powerful with who? Temtem? No, that can't be it. So who are you talking about? No idea. He's not being clear about anything. Oh, she was very underused. Yeah, like no shit. She's not even from the Leaf Village, bro. Like you what do you want her to do? She's not from the Leaf Village. Karakuri was underused too because she wasn't from the Leaf Village.
Many of the minor characters either fall to this concept or do not get used throughout the story.
Many of the minor characters don't get used throughout the story? How could Kishimoto do this?
Take Kushina, for example, who wanted to become the first female Hokage. She became a housewife.
Bro, tons of people wanted to be Hokage, bro. Even Sasuke. Plus, it was never indicated that Kushina became a housewife.
Rinohara, who always needed to be saved, and Karin, who was just another of Sasuke's accessories. Anko, who was a student under Orochimaru, but is unseen after the Chunin exams.
At least she did something while Kakashi pissed himself. Also, why are you complaining that a side character is not seen after the arc?
It's easy to dismiss them as minor or side characters, but we can all name the distinguished personalities and motivations that many of the male characters have. In this story, the men are the strongest fighters, the best mentors, the smartest, and they are the most present. Even the two female antagonists, female antagonists, Kaguya and Konan, were just there. Kaguya was extremely underwhelming as the series' final antagonist.
Okay, this is my personal opinion, but I preferred Kaguya to be the final villain rather than Madara. It just made more sense thematically, but this is just my opinion. I know a lot of people say, how could you not like Madara? He's so OP.
When it comes to the themes of family, again, the men of Naruto excel. Brotherhood is strong in Naruto. Look at the relationship between Sasuke and Itachi, Kakashi and Obito, Hashirama and Tobirama, Naruto and Sasuke. They were all well done and were captivating stories with different ideals and parallels. But sisterhood doesn't exist in that universe. Sakura and Ino fighting over a boy. Sakura and Karin.
What did he say?
As expressed earlier, the women of Naruto do not have value.
Well, I'm just going to go right ahead and say it. This is indeed based. And if I dare say furthermore, which for what it's worth I do in fact dare, quite red-pilled as well.
From Sarah G. Doherty's article, she states that the women in Naruto are all shadows of women, but they all fall within a certain framework that places women either in the male gaze or in a position to later fulfill the very good wife, wise mother. The idea that women should aspire to be nothing more than wives to husbands.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
Yes, sir, brother.
The ones who have shown agency were either sorely underused or they were forced into that good wife, wise mother ideal, like Kushina.
I just find it funny that you turn one of the strengths of the women in Naruto into a negative. Considering some of the dudes were bad parents in Naruto, like Fugaku, Sasuke, and Naruto. No, but please, go off on how Naruto failed his female characters by making them good parents.
I'm gonna get comments saying that shonen is written only for young males, and that just isn't true. Sure, it might be their target audience.
So, wow! That's such a good point! Oh my gosh! What? Did he just say that? Oh my gosh! The studio is shaking! I can't handle this take!
That's not an excuse to not write good and multidimensional female characters. It just isn't.
But they kind of did, though. They kind of did write some interesting characters. I do like a few of those characters myself, so I guess it's just you.
The Naruto series will have a place in my heart forever, and I have made that clear.
If you like Naruto, how come you got the most basic of facts and themes about the show wrong? Unless you're lying. But to be honest, I don't believe you watched the show.
I don't watch the show, Paul. Why would I watch the show?
Meaningful thought behind them. For all of the breathtaking heights that Naruto reached, it had its fair share of low points. But the way Naruto failed its female characters, to me, is the series' lowest point.
Bruh. Why am I doing this? Why? What is my real aim?
You could have said the lack of development of the side characters, but you really couldn't help yourself, could you?